In what might be one of the single most ridiculous stories I've covered so far, I'd like you to meet Jason Johnson. He's a lawyer. A defense attorney, specifically. This is his mugshot. He needs his own defense attorney now. Why? Because he was arrested and charged with engaging in organized crime and possession of a prohibited substance in a correctional facility. See, Johnson allegedly delivered what were purported to be legal papers laced with synthetic marijuana to his client, accused murderer Jamie Rook Perez. The deal, which was set to occur on the 5th of August 2024, was accidentally discovered during a separate investigation by an investigator who was monitoring jail calls in Harris County, Texas. After narrowing it down to Rook Perez, his attorney, Johnson, was placed under surveillance. A woman who knew the defendant showed up at the courthouse with an envelope labeled Power of Attorney and handed it to Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson then gave that envelope to Rook Perez in an inmate holding area in the courthouse. The envelope was then confiscated during a search of the inmates prior to their return to jail. The woman, who has not been charged with anything in relation to this incident, told investigators that Johnson later contacted her to tell her she and Rook Perez were under investigation and she should leave town. When Rook Perez was interviewed, he stated that his attorney was definitely aware of the true contents of the envelope and refused the $2,000 fee initially agreed upon for his appearance on behalf of Rook Perez because he didn't want a record of payment after passing the drug-laden papers. What makes this story worthy of the chosen few is the fact that this took place 9 months after another lawyer, 77-year-old Ronald Lewis, was arrested after doing essentially the same thing, also in Harris County. The saddest part about this is that it was publicly announced after Lewis's arrest that it occurred during an ongoing investigation into the possibility that multiple lawyers were passing drug-infused papers to inmates during jail visits. I don't know about the rest of you, but if I was a lawyer and I knew law enforcement was looking into multiple lawyers for committing crimes nearly identical to the one I'm being asked to commit, I'm pretty sure I'd have to respectfully decline the opportunity. That being said, lawyers or not, Messrs. Johnson and Lewis seem to have no more than 2 brain cells each, and they're fighting for third place. And people wonder why our judicial system is such a mess.